Let's go. What is going on, crypto people? Life is good. Oh no, not the Wi-Fi. What's going on with the Wi-Fi? What's going on with the Wi-Fi? It's Brooklyn in the bridge. Gonna get over this Wi-Fi deal. It's early in the AM here. I don't understand what's going on. Wi-Fi. What in the wide world? What's going on? The real big Will is in the building. The agency's backroom war, the agency, plural, backroom war against crypto is unlawful and unconstitutional, says the law firm Cooper and Kirk. That's some heavy stuff right there, Big Will. That's some heavy stuff. We're going to get into that. Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege. Oh my God, let's just close that. With another day in the life. The crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The market is doing what the market does. We're going to go over the numbers. Holy moly, what's going on with XRP, Big Will? What is going on with XRP? I mean, it got up to like 58, 59 cents. What's going on right now? Panos weighed in from crypto Twitter. He weighed in on it. I believe, personally, I think I said this on a stream or two ago. I just think that you know, there are people in the know. There are people in the know who ask questions. Are we close? Are we close to summary judgment? What is it looking like? Ripple has partners. Ripple, the company, has partners that are interested in in people on the sidelines as institutions waiting to get in on this XRP thing. So you got partners, market makers, for example. People are already on ODL, for example. Maybe they want to up their ante on XRP that are using ODL. What about the institutions on the sidelines waiting for some type of clarity? And, you know, maybe they ask a few questions, and maybe after asking those questions, they feel like, this seems favorable. Maybe we can nibble a little bit because we expect a better outcome or a good outcome. Running it, Real Big Will says running up. Yeah, I think there is some insider trader going on, and they have info on what's coming. I agree. That's what I think. It's in this world, today's world, it's hard to kind of keep things close to your chest and keep it from getting out. I just think that's what's kind of really what's going on. I really do believe that, and I think that's what it is. The players that have been on the sidelines are beginning to dabble a little bit based upon information that they may have. That's what I kind of see it as. Negotiators in the building. Good morning, Siege and family. Good morning, you negotiator. RC is in the building. Good morning, Siege, the most underrated crypto channel on YouTube. Oh, well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. So look, the market's doing what it does. I'm going to go over the numbers. I got more ASTO tokens yesterday. I decided, this is certainly not financial advice, I decided I was hopping off of the Ethereum EcoChain ecosystem in terms of projects on that chain and putting it into more of the XRPL projects and that ledger. That's just the Crypto Siege's perspective. I would never begin to tell you what to do with your money, but this is kind of what I looked at. And I exited, this is personally, I exited positions that were 97 to 98% from their all-time high. I said, you know what, I'm just going to take the losses and I'm going to move to the XRPL projects because I believe that's the future. So ASTO, XRP net, for example, that's just my strategy, my thinking. My strategy and my thinking, really. And so, yeah, so it's tough because projects newly being built on the XRP ledger are not going to be down from their all-time highs, right? They ain't going to be down 90-something% from their all-time highs. So exited out of some, some things that I had been holding for a while and decided I got to make a choice between the Ethereum and its projects and XRPL and its projects and certainly Flare. And obviously, we believe Flare to be the game changer. So that's what I did. So I exited out of Eternity and I exited out of VR, Vid, two different projects, VR and Vid. And gosh, it was another one, OVR. I just said, you know what, I'm just making that decision. And it was tough because when you look at stuff that's 90-something% down, that would be opportunities to get into them, right? But yeah, I exited out. I had been holding those. I exited out of those, and I think it's important for to kind of be focused on an ecosystem. And if I decided that if my biggest holdings are in XRP, I should be supporting projects building on the XRPL. That was just my thing. It's just kind of my thing for sure. And see how it goes. Peter says, smash the like button. I appreciate that, bro. Good morning to you, Peter. So that's what we did. Pookie was good. Certainly not telling you guys what we did, what to do, but yeah, it was tough exiting out of Eternity and I think it's Over AI. I forget what it's called. And yeah, that was tough. Vid and VR, it was tough. But that was the move. What's going on, Kevin Land? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Yeah, but still on the ZK Syncs and the Arbitrums, right? Because it's, the better versions, right? Looking to improve upon the Ethereum blockchain. So that was kind of my move, my guess. And, that's kind of where I am right now, just to share with you. Got some more of them Astos tokens, and Asto went up 25% overnight. So that was not bad. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So let's go over these numbers. Keyless is in the building. The lady of crypto is in the building. How are you, Keyless? Good to see you this morning. What do you think about that title, Keyless? The agency's backroom war against crypto is unlawful and unconstitutional. What in the wide world? From the prestigious law firm of Cooper and Kirk. This law firm is no joke. Looking good and doing it, says, got rid of all my ERC20 tokens and grabbed Casper. So now all in on XRP, Hedera Hashgraph, the HBAR token, Casper and Flare. I hear you, my guy. I hear you. I hear you. Keyless, I didn't get rid of those spell tokens, though. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I didn't get rid of them. Mr. XRP All In, good morning to you, my friend. Good morning to you. Yeah, and so looking into XRP PayNet, I don't know, anybody in on XRP PayNet? It looked really, really promising what they're looking to do. It's very, very similar, quite honestly, to BABB. Keyless says, CJ, do you mind clearing up Arbitrum? Does it run on ETH? Can I trade ETH stuff for cheap on it? Sorry, I have zero clue, and I heard how cheap it is from your last video. He says, and Keela says, I'm keeping my spell, LOL. Yeah. I don't know why, but I just decided to hold on to those spell tokens. It's in a few chains, Polygon, Arbitrum, Phantom, we'll see. But yeah, so Arbitrum is a layer 2. Arbitrum is a layer 2 solution. So it's it's on top of Ethereum. And it makes for cheaper fees. But Arbitrum is there's Arbitrum and there's Optimism. Polygon technically is a layer 2, but Arbitrum has become the biggest layer 2 right now on top of Ethereum. And Arbitrum has a bunch of projects running on it. So it's cheaper in fees, yes, than Ethereum. Absolutely, Arbitrum is. But so is Polygon. So is Matic, and Arbitrum is doing the ZK stuff. Projects are in there, so that is good. So the ZK rollups and that kind of ecosystem is being built out on Arbitrum, which is really, really, really important. The zero-knowledge proof and the scalability potential is there as well. So that is Arbitrum. I did some stuff on Arbitrum. I purchased a few tokens there, ZyberSwap, the ZZ exchange, that might be ZK Sync, I can't remember. But yeah. DJ, what's going on, my friend? Anyway, I can stay away from ETH, I do. I hear you, my friend. DJ, do you know about that amazing bridge called Umbria? Do you know about that amazing bridge? Umbria. Telling you, it is something. Bridge from Ethereum to about 4 or 5 other chains for pennies on the dollar. It is absolutely the fastest and the cheapest bridge in the history of bridges right now. Unbelievable. DJ says, bro, ETH is darn near like pawn shop loan. I hear you, DJ. That's there's some truth in that statement right there, bro. Look, it's technology, and they're making improvements, but boy, is it taking forever. It's taken a long time. But I say if it wasn't for Ethereum, we wouldn't have Arbitrum or Optimism. We wouldn't have those, right? We wouldn't have ZK Sync. You're welcome, Keyless. Keyless says, can you post a bridge link, see? Yeah, the Umbria bridge? Yeah, absolutely. I love Umbria. Absolutely love Umbria. I'll post this here for you guys. I'm like promoting this project and they haven't reached out or anything. I'm just like, what the world? What's going on? Yep, and the key is you got a bridge from Ethereum to Polygon or Arbitrum or whatever that you can swap, and hopefully that the challenge with Ethereum is a lot of Ethereum projects are only on Ethereum. That is a problem, right? And so which is one of the reasons why I decided to exit out of my positions in OVR on Eternity Chain, and it was another AI metaverse thing as well. I just I'm out. If it's only available on Ethereum, I'm out, right? And so that's what I did. But you're right about that, negotiator. I mean, think about that. ETH $6 trade, $31 in fees. Yeah, it's not going to work, right? Big John, what's good? What's good? What's going on, my friend? There it is, Keyless. XTC is a bridge or Ethereum as well. Alex Sheets in the building. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Look, let's go over these numbers because I really want to get into this article from this prestigious law firm called Cooper and Kirk. Yeah, I put that link in there for you as well, DJ. I'm telling you, fam, I used the Umbria Bridge at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. and my transaction was 98 cents. Later that day, my next transaction, bridging from Ethereum to another network, was 48 cents. I'm telling you, I've used a multi-chain bridge. I've used every bridge you can think about. It used to be called AnySwap. Now it's multi-chain, trying to bridge over. I used a Polygon bridge back in the day. Oh, what the world? That took days to bridge over. Most of these bridges, Ethereum knocks you upside your head and the fees just to bridge over so you don't have to deal with fees. They're going to charge you fees. Not Umbria. Nice. Very nice. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 98 cents, 49 cents. That's unheard of as far as I'm concerned. And I think I went ahead and got me some of their tokens as well, UMBR, because I'm like, what in the world? UMBR, got those tokens. Uniform Mike Bravo Romeo. Got those tokens, baby. All right, let's get into this. Let's go over these numbers. I mean, it's cool to see XRP hit up to 58, 59 cents. That was cool. But as far as profit taking for the crypto seed, I need a new all-time high. I need a, yeah. Let's go over these numbers. Let's refresh this. Shout out to CoinGecko. Right now it says 1.23 trillion for the total cryptocurrency market. Let's refresh that. Shout out to CoinGecko. I'm telling you, CoinGecko is the truth, man. I got the app on my phone. I love using the website on my laptop. Absolutely love what they got going on here. So the total cryptocurrency market cap, according to CoinGecko, is 1.23 trillion. And for those of you that are new to the digital asset space, you must understand that we are down from an all-time high of over 3 trillion. Over 3 trillion at one time. So 1.23 trillion, it's up 4.5% in 24 hours, interestingly enough. Doesn't this speak to you? We got the banking crisis going on. You got the Ukraine-Russia thing going on. When Bitcoin continues to do this thing, doesn't that speak to you? Doesn't that say something? You got to walk away from the content creators who keep constantly talking about the technology and how it's slow and how it's not the best technology. You got to walk away from that. You got to get the picture, the bigger picture. This is a new form of money, and people are saying yes to it. This is a new form of money with the monetary policy. Only 21 million ever. With the monetary policy that people don't mind adopting. You got to pay attention to that. It's not how you feel about a thing. It's what is the market saying? It's what the market is saying. Interesting. So Bitcoin is currently, well, the Bitcoin dominance is at 44.7%. So there's no alt season happening, right? In other words, the crypto market doing that bull run when Bitcoin dominance is at 44.7%. I don't believe that can happen. So Bitcoin is trading at $28,427. Ethereum is at $1,811 now. $1,811 for Ethereum right now. It's like, it's interesting. These plays here are really, really interesting. I don't know. XRP is trading at 55 cents. It's up 16.9% on the 7-day, right? So that's the market, and it is doing what it does. Shout out to Mammy. Mammy says something about the KAS token. I saw that. Where is it, like 80 something, 89? Yep. He mentioned it the other day. It's up 97% on the 7-day. Interesting. He says he believes this can compete with Casper and that it's new and Casper's older. Interesting thought process there. Casper. See, KASPA, not Casper, which is the CSPR token, but yeah. So if he got on that early, he's not doing too bad there. But let's go over something that I saw on Twitter in the wee hours of the morning. This comes from xlawyer.eth, interestingly enough. Anyone like me, the only reason why you hold Ethereum is so you have some ETH to pay for gas fees, kind of like the only reason why I do it. Like, I don't really know. Interesting. So the lawyers from prestigious firm Cooper and Kirk, which has argued numerous cases before multiple circuit courts and the United States Supreme Court, have issued a white paper describing how federal banking regulators, including the FDIC, have illegally taken actions colloquially known as Operation Choke Point 2.0 that have resulted in denying banking services to United States crypto firms. Again, this is not some fly-by-night law firm that no one has heard of or cares about. This is a firm that has argued and won before the United States Supreme Court on multiple occasions. The paper is well-researched, well-sourced, and is a damning rebuke of the illegal and unconstitutional actions of multiple government agencies. Illegal and unconstitutional. This is where this administration is going or has gone. In my opinion, just bought and paid for. Right? We say in this channel all the time, DJ, there's a war going on, and it's been going on for a while. For you and I, right? Because we decided to walk away from their liquidity pools. You remember the banking regulators on stage publicly saying how people are leaving their banks and getting into crypto? They were like whining and complaining about it. You and I made a decision on a new form of money and a monetary policy that comes along with it, and that we want more choices, and that we're fed up with giving you and your fiat dollar policies decades to try to get it right, if not century of trying to get it right. You can't get it right. So we decided on a new form of money. And the more monetary policy comes along with it. And then this whole blockchain technology took off, and associated tokens came into the mix as well, called altcoins, that can allow for generational wealth. So Bitcoin can become a store of value. It still has to win. It still has to win the store of value race. Still has to win. Right now, gold is champion. But we decided on a new form of money, and there's nothing they can do about it. The United States of America is supposed to be a land of laws and freedom, but certain parts of the federal government has unilaterally and without legal justification I tried to tell people there was a war going on. Everyone said, oh, no, they're just trying to protect the U.S. No, they're not trying to protect the U.S. They're trying to protect them. Not us. We're the U.S. Got a monetary system in the U.S. that is failing. And guess what? If it's failing its citizens in the U.S., did you know that out of all the worst off nations in the G20, the U.S. is the best off? So that means the other nations in their fiat dollar monetary policy is worse. And if the dollar has lost 97 to 80% of its purchasing power, what's going on with the other nations? The United States of America is supposed to be a land of laws and freedom, but certain parts of the federal government has unilaterally and without legal justification decided it will attempt to strangle crypto out of existence. Check this out. In a clandestine and appalling manner. Interesting stuff here from xlawyer.eth. Now I'm going to go to the white paper that Cooper and Kirk put out about this. Again, this is no slouch of a law firm, calling out the agencies in this administration that who put this forward. Can't happen without the administration's approval. Not an operation this big and this significant. That can't happen without the administration's approval. People who have sold out their country for personal profits. Personal profits. Cooper and Kirk, Operation Choke Point 2.0. The federal bank regulators coming for crypto. David Thompson, John Ollendorf, Harold S. Reeves, and Joseph Mastermind. I'm going to go the executive summary with you guys, but it's got some interesting stuff there in terms of subjects. Operation Choke Point 2.0 and the Prudential Bank Regulators' war on innovation of the blockchain. The Prudential Bank regulators have issued informal guidance, warning banks of the risk of serving crypto assets. Okay. I love that right there. The agency's backroom war against crypto is unlawful and unconstitutional, as well as arbitrary and capricious. So let's go over the summary here for you guys. This is some really good stuff. I'm telling you. Recent stories in the financial press have uncovered a coordinated campaign by Prudential Bank regulators to drive crypto businesses out of the financial system. Bank regulators have published informal guidance documents that single out cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency customers as a risk to the banking system. Businesses in the cryptocurrency marketplace are losing their bank accounts or their access to the ACH network suddenly and with no explanation from their bankers. The owners and employees of cryptocurrency firms are even having their personal accounts closed without explanation. And I just want you to kind of think about that, the fact that this is mainly 98, 99% happening in the United States. We say on this channel all the time, Kev, we say on this channel all the time, go to where your assets are treated best. Shout out to Minus Wells, who must have been listening to the Crypto Caesars channel. Dude is out. And he's heading to Japan. Heading to Japan with this, I believe, his wife, who is Japanese. Dude is out. Like, I'm toast. I chose a new form of money. I believe that it can help me create generational wealth for me and my family. And a particular nation is saying no to that. That's why the mantra of this channel is old money doesn't want you to win. And over the past 2 weeks, federal regulators have shut down a solvent bank that was known to be serving the crypto industry. And although it is required to resolve banks through the least cost resolution to the Deposit Insurance Fund, the DIF, the FDIC chose to shutter rather than sell part of the bank that serves digital asset customers, costing the fund billions of dollars. Think about the extent. All right, we got into crypto Twitter drama over this, and they just didn't believe it. But think about the extent that a nation's will go to. Think about the extent that they will go to prevent you from creating wealth for you and your family. Is anyone shocked about the generational wealth that's been created from the digital asset space? Everyone, there's tons of people who know about it. There's a new form of money. They would rather shove their dollars and its monetary policy down your throat. No choice. No choice. And to make it all worse, you and we're out here trying to do our thing, and they decide to become bullies with their fiat dollar and go out and take things that don't belong to them from other nations They decided to do that. We didn't do it. Right? We didn't do it, right? Just read the Confessions of the Economic Hitman, books 1 and 2. We didn't do that. They decided to do that. This pattern of events is not random, and we have seen it before. This is not the first time that federal bank regulators working with their state level counterparts have abused their supervisory authority to label businesses unworthy of having a bank account and worked in secret to purge disfavored lines of commerce from the financial system. And people just don't get the whole old money doesn't want you to win thing. Like people like it, Keyless, like they miss it. They miss it. Worked in secret. Beginning in 2012, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, and the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System carried out a coordinated campaign oh man, I just can't wait to get on crypto Twitter and remind people of these facts. Let me say that again. This is from one of the most prestigious law firms in the world making this public. Beginning in 2012, the Federal Deposit Insurance Company, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, and the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve carried out a coordinated campaign to weaponize the banks against industries that had fallen out of favor with the administration. Including gun stores, pawn shops, tobacco stores, payday lenders, and a host of other brick and mortar businesses. That campaign was called Operation Choke Point. Our firm successfully challenged Operation Choke Point, and it was brought to a halt. Like a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. Like a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. The old head in the sand approach is comfortable. So they don't want to hear the truth. I remember when I was in the military and I was constantly hearing about how they don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. And I'm like, why? This is the land of the free. You could come here and become anything that you want. Why am I constantly hearing about these nations not liking us? What's going on? What's going on? There's no war. What's going on? Why do they not like us? And getting into the digital asset space was the awakening. I didn't get any answers from my superior officers. I didn't get any answers. You and I didn't go around doing that. Our firm successfully challenged Operation Choke Point, and it was brought to a halt. I just love this whole in secret stuff. Isn't that something? Our firm successfully challenged Operation Choke Point, is brought to a halt. The current bout of regulatory overreach against the same as reasons as its predecessor. I had content creators arguing with me. No, we wouldn't do that. No, they can't do that. They wouldn't ever do that. Keyless, I try to tell them. Operation Choke Point 2.0 deprives businesses of their constitutional rights to due process in violation of the Fifth Amendment. Is there any wonder why Jeremy Hogan, attorney, tweeted out violations of the Fourth Amendment, and that we would need to look to the 10th Amendment to see if we would have protection? Why for would anyone think that a nation's alphabet group would harm you? Why would you think that couldn't happen? Why would anyone think that that couldn't happen? Operation Choke Point 2.0 deprives businesses of their constitutional rights to due process in violation of the Fifth Amendment. It is well settled that when a federal agency attaches a derogatory label to an individual or business, for those who might have missed that, it's individuals. So please already with the stuff that that a nation's government and its alphabet group can't do. Please already with that stuff. It is well settled that when a federal agency attaches a derogatory label to an individual or business, and this stigmatizing label causes the business to lose a bank account or broadly precludes them from the pursuit of their chosen trade. The agency has violated the due process clause of the Fifth Amendment, unless it first afforded the individual or business a right to be heard. If you get that right to be heard, how are you going to show up? Is the question I ask you. Are you going to show up? I'm just saying, what's going around is going around for a reason. Why are attorneys, I ask you, why are attorneys all over crypto Twitter? This is from a law firm. Why are they all over crypto Twitter? Right. So unless it first afforded the individual or business a right to be heard, this is precisely what the federal bank regulators responsible for Operation Choke Point 2.0 have done and continue to do by labeling crypto businesses a threat to the financial system, a source of fraud and misinformation, and a risk to bank liquidity. This is exactly what they've done. So think about the back end of that. You and I have decided to walk away from a monetary policy that is not helping us win, and chose another form of money in its monetary policy. And the federal bank regulators and administrations have decided to say to you, no, you can't do that. That's what they're saying. Now, I'm not sure if that's going on in Singapore or the UAE or Saudi Arabia or Australia or Hong Kong or Portugal or the St. Kitts and Nevis or even Canada. But I do know where it is going on. Operation 2.0 violates both the non-delegation doctrine and the anti-commandeering doctrine, depriving Americans of key structural constitutional protections against the arbitrary exercise of government power. By leveraging their authority over the banks to acquire the power to pick and choose the customers whom the banks may serve. The bank regulators have exceeded their statutory authority. I wonder where my crypto Twitter friend is who said, enough already with old money doesn't want you to win. Enough already with that stuff. Or all my crypto Twitter friends who said they can't take a thing from you because it hangs out on a ledger. This is the US. They would never begin to take something that belongs to me and take it from me. That can't possibly happen. By leveraging their authority over the banks to acquire the power to pick and choose the customers whom the banks may serve, the bank regulators have exceeded their statutory authority. So why aren't the bank regulators going to jail? Why aren't they being arrested? How is this allowed to happen? Because they know that it'll all be settled in court. And if you show up empty-handed, without protection, or a model that says that the thing that they're trying to take from you has value and that they have to pay for it. Or you could just show up with the ledger and wish for the best. So the bank regulators are charged with supervising the safety and soundness of the banks. Their effort to anoint themselves the gatekeepers of the financial system and the ultimate arbiters of American innovation and American economic life. Fam. Cannot be permitted to stand. Let me say that again. Their effort to anoint themselves the gatekeepers of the financial system and the ultimate arbiters of American innovation and American economic life. That's what's happened. Cannot be permitted to stand. Let me go to the chat real quick, see what's going on with you guys, see what you think about that. That's some interesting stuff. Again, well, let me share this. Let me share this law firm with you real quick, just in case you're wondering, well, who are they? Who are they to say this? Who are they? This is from law.com, how Cooper and Kirk became one of the most influential law firms. The firm has been at the center of many of the most historic moments in the nation. Gone before the Supreme Court on multiple times and won, by the way. And won. I don't know why that goes away. It's not supposed to go away when I hit the share, but it is going away. Sheila says, I heard a nice speech from a Florida attorney, and not so many words. She said, when you see bad things in your community, it's your executives not doing their jobs. Reminded me of Gary Gensler. Indeed. DJ says, come on, family, hit that like button. Indeed, guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you didn't do so on the way in, no worries, just collapse the chat. Go smash that like button and then come back and hang out with the Crypto Season family. You know how we do? We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. It helps to get the channel out to more people that are hanging out on YouTube, right? Just hanging out on YouTube, watching videos of people having conversation with kites. K-I-T-E, it's a bird. Yeah, interesting stuff. Right? Interesting stuff there. And it looks like they're going to go out and take the fight again, DJ. It looks like they're going to go out and take this fight again. Thank goodness for Cooper and Kirk. Thank goodness for the judicial system where you have an opportunity to be heard. Question is, to the XRP community especially, to the XRP community especially, how are you going to show up? Remember, I shared this with you guys. I shared the tweet from Jeremy Hogan, and I'm not sure if people caught the message. I'm like, TJ, I'm not sure people caught the message, what Jeremy Hogan was saying. I didn't hear anything from the community on it. It's almost as if, I'm reading from Jeremy Hogan's tweet here about an hour ago. It's almost as if the worse the news is for the traditional finance system, the better news is for XRP and Bitcoin. This is from Jeremy Hogan. Maybe the people have taken the narrative away from the Fed bankers, but what do I know? Maybe the people have taken the narrative away. Interesting stuff. I got to find this tweet. Okay, there it is there. Let me share this with you. Because I think it's important, Keyless. I think it's important to remind people of this tweet. Again, this is an attorney, law firm, just hired, decades in a space that understands and operates in a lane where he has experience of governments and or agencies doing a thing. And I think he went on record and said that, yeah, they can take something that belongs to you. They can take something that belongs to you. Dear, check out me. I mean, are you listening to this message, what he's saying? Dear US crypto people, not dear Singapore crypto people, not dear UAE crypto people, not dear US stock market people, not dear US gold people. Do you understand what I'm saying? He said, dear US crypto people, the events of the last 6 months have made it clear that the Fourth Amendment has been breached. It is unfortunately time to retreat to the inner walls of the 10th Amendment. Please take a look at your state and ensure you are where you want to be. Let me read the Fourth Amendment again. Thought I had it, but I don't have it saved. What is? There it is right there. Let's take a look at that and share with you just a second. Attorney Jeremy Hogan says that has been breached. So we're going to go to unitedstatescourts.gov to understand a little better. What is the Fourth Amendment? The Constitution through the Fourth Amendment, and I could talk a lot about the ills of the Fourth Amendment, of the Constitution, but that's for another video. The Constitution through the Fourth Amendment protects people from unreasonable searches, DJ, and seizures. Two things. Like a lot of people think search and seizure is one thing. It is not. It's two things. Like they take your stuff. protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. The Fourth Amendment, however, is not a guarantee against all searches and seizures, but only those that are deemed unreasonable under the law, which means that you can't sit up at home with your stuff on a ledger and suggest that it can't be taken from you. I humbly submit, I'm not in the know on this, but I humbly submit that any technology that we have access to, a nation's governments and their alphabet groups have better technology to take it away from you. So if there's encryption, a nation's government and its alphabet groups has a way to unencrypt it, in my humble opinion. Under the guise, what they'll say, Keyless DJ and fam, is what they'll say is the reason why we have this technology and this ability to uncrypt the encrypted is for national security. But understand there's two things that a nation's government, there's two important things that are dear to their hearts. Number one, national security. Number two, the prevention of an uprising by its citizens. And so in order to do both of those things, they have technology that de-technologies your technology. And they don't let you know that in order to keep people from uprising in the streets. Whether a particular type of search is considered reasonable in the eyes of the law is determined by balancing two important interests. On one side of the scale is the intrusion on an individual's Fourth Amendment rights. On the other side of the scale are legitimate government interests, such as public safety. Jeremy Hogan, an attorney at law, said that the Fourth Amendment for US crypto people has been breached. Mm-hmm. DJ says, salute to you. I'm always at work when you're live, but Wright-Patterson, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base will be in memory real soon. Oh, I hear you, bro. Thank you for your service. My 2-week notice on the way. God bless everyone. Have a phenomenal day. Same to you, bro. Same to you. Pookie says, "Sees, what's your drink of choice?" Wow, I like Patron and I like Bombay Sapphire. Jen. Right, so there it is. Let's continue on. Now, I'm not saying this to alarm anyone. I'm saying this to make you aware of such a thing. Got to be aware of it. I humbly submit that the head in the sand approach, it's not productive. And they kind of rely on the old head in the sand, don't know what's going on approach. They rely on that by its citizens. Let's go on and share this here with So the federal bank regulators are also refusing to perform their non-discretionary duties. When doing so will benefit the cryptocurrency industry. And doesn't that benefit us? Doesn't the digital asset space, hasn't that been benefiting us? State banks that are statutorily entitled to access the Federal Reserve System are being denied their rights solely because they serve the crypto industry. The federal bank regulators are not free to pick and choose which statutory obligations, duties they wish to perform. The duties they wish to perform. The federal bank regulators are evading the notice and comment rulemaking requirements of the Administrative Procedure Act by imposing binding requirements on the banking industry through informal guidance documents. This is undemocratic, since it deprives the public of the right to comment on proposed rules. And it also runs contrary to the principle of judicial review, since courts lack the power to review informal agency actions. Finally, the federal bank regulators are acting in an arbitrary and capricious fashion by failing to adequately explain their decisions, by failing to engage in reasoned decision-making, and by failing to treat like cases alike. It is difficult to imagine a more arbitrary and capricious agency action than simultaneously placing a solvent bank into receivership solely because it provided financial services to the crypto industry, while permitting insolvent institutions not tied to the crypto industry to continue operating. We therefore urge Congress to perform its oversight role and hold these agencies to account. In section 4 of this paper, we propose a series of questions that need to be answered and a series of steps that Congress should take in an effort to obtain those answers. First, Congress should require the bank regulators to produce their communication with supervised financial institutions and state regulatory agencies regarding the denial or regulation of access to the financial system by crypto businesses and banks that serve the crypto industry. Second, Congress should require the federal bank regulatory agencies to explain the basis for the conclusion that the safety and soundness of the financial system require the insulation of the banks from blockchain technology, from customers who operate in the crypto space, and from state chartered depository institutions that are currently serving those customers. Third, Congress should make clear to the federal bank regulators and all federal agencies that the notice and comment rulemaking requirements of the Administrative Procedure Act are not optional. The requirements imposed by the APA are not obstacles to be evaded by the use of informal guidance documents. Fourth, Congress should investigate the role of federal regulators in the decision by the New York Department of Financial Services, the NYDFS, decision to shutter Signature Bank. Congress should also determine the FDIC's role in excluding bidders who wished to acquire Signature digital asset business from the bidding process. But old money is good, but you want it, right? Unbelievable. Fifth, Congress should investigate whether bank regulators are acting to squelch private sector innovation in order to clear the field of competition for the benefit of existing federally regulated banks, or for a federal cryptocurrency alternative. Let me say that again. Congress should investigate whether bank regulators are acting to squelch private sector innovation in order to clear the field of competition for the benefit of existing federally regulated banks, incumbents. The persistent unwillingness of the nation bank's regulators to follow the law and obey the Constitution calls out for congressional action. Cracks are starting to form in the American financial system, and as regulators increasingly abuse their power to achieve aims outside their authority and beyond their competence. That is nicely done, Cooper and Kirk. Well said on an absolutely important, significant point. I'm here in 185 banks is about to close what is going to be the price of XRP when it happens, if they use us for the solution. Yeah, interesting stuff. I saw a video from Tika Tawari saying that he's being told, or he has been told directly from a billionaire in the space, happens to be a crypto billionaire, but there's supposed to be some flip of the switch moment. I don't know how much you can believe in that or not, but that's interesting that he would publicly say that. But there it is, fam. That is a white paper that we should all be familiar with. In fact, I'll leave a link to it for you, so you can read for yourself, so that we can finally walk away from this whole idea old money is really on your side. They really want you to win. Or the nonsense that what a United States government and its alphabet group can't do to you. Hopefully, this will clear some stuff up. Hopefully. Somebody asked me the other day, so why do you have 3 ledgers then? I have 3 ledgers so you won't take my crypto. That's why. Not because of a nation's government and its alphabet group. That's another form of protection that I need. Whole nother level from that. There it is right there, guys. There it is right there. D is like, wow. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's great stuff. It's a great read. You want to read it because we, Keyless, we tweet this out all the time. We can no longer afford to be naive. I don't know how many times I tweeted that out. We can no longer afford to be naive. If there is a nation that is in the habit of and in the business of taking something that doesn't belong to them, if you know of a nation like that, in the habit of and in the business of taking something that doesn't belong to them, you need a level of protection. The Fourth Amendment says under the law. So you will have to operate for protection under the law before a court. And when you do, what are you going to show up with? Just a question. Just a question, something for you to ponder. Because my understanding that there's attorneys out there with that answer. A measure of protection beyond your ledger. That's my understanding. It's my understanding. Your Fourth Amendment right has been breached, says an attorney in the court of law. Interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. That's why it's not about the technology. It's about this choice that you and I will make on a new form of money in the policy. Remember, when you and I make that decision, it is what it is. When you and I made a decision that when you take together a talented individual with wood and cloth and paint, you can create a $65 billion industry. You and I could do that. Let me say that again. You and I, two people, can come together and create an industry. Okay? That's what happened to the fine art industry. A talented person put together some wood, cloth, and paint, created the thing, and said, hey, this has value to it. I believe that this has value to it. And some dude came along and said, you're right. And this is what I'll give you for that. That's what happened. Now, the dude who said, I think this has value to it, didn't get permission from someone. He didn't walk around in the 1800s and say, I need to get this through someone. I got to hop on CoinMarketCap to make sure the numbers are correct. What he did was he came up with what he believed to be a fair market value. And I emphasize wood, cloth, and paint for a reason. Someone turned that thing to an asset and then determined the fair market value for it and took it to the market, and the market decided. A dude came along and said, that looks good. You're right. And a $65 billion industry? Fine art is awesome. Fine art is awesome, but it ain't solving the world's global financial problem. It's not speeding up the movement of money. It ain't moving anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny. It ain't doing that. It's not freeing up potentially $7 to $10 trillion in locked capital. It ain't doing that. As awesome as fine art is, it ain't doing that. So I just humbly ask you, if that dude in the 18th century didn't have to go out to CoinMarketCap, why do you? Why are institutions lining up at the door waiting to get on ODL? Because they don't see value in it? How do you think that Ripple, the company, and said institution are coming to an agreement on the XRP? How do you think they're doing that? Do you know Like, do you know? Is it possible that someone said in that meeting, well, it hit $4 just to round it up at one point, and this is what we believe is going to happen when the tokenization of everything happens. And this is what we believe to be the fair market price for that. I just have a feeling, I just have a feeling that they're not relying on CoinMarketCap. I have a feeling that their lawyers on both sides of the table are not relying on CoinMarketCap. I have a feeling that they're relying on some other thing. Just got a feeling. I got a sneaking suspicious feeling about that. Oh. Hila says, thanks for clarifying what you were saying, CJ, on Twitter. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. So there it is, family. I hope that the stream has been of value to you. Do me a favor and hit that like button as it has. And if you've been hanging out with the Crypto Siege and you enjoyed the hangout, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell. They tried to pull one over on us, Legendary. But Cooper and Kirk caught him. And ultimately, they knew they would get caught. It's trying to slow some things down. Going to be some carnage, right? They understand it's going to be some carnage along the way. And they also understand that the people have spoken, which will bring them back to their two main reasons for life: national security and the prevention of an uprising by its citizens. Those will always outweigh every single thing else, always, by a nation's government and their alphabet partners. Always. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off here, and I hear Miss Crypto Siege over here. She's doing some talking, doing something going on there. So thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a really, really cool hang this morning. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Legendary, Keela, Sophie's cooking. I appreciate you checking in this morning. D, J Corn, Pookie, I appreciate you guys being here. DJ, thanks for checking in, my guy. XRP Magnificent, I miss you checking in, but good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Bogle Reed, I missed you as well. I didn't know you checked in. I appreciate you being here. The Thunder Sound, I missed you as well, man. Goodness gracious. Good to see you checking in this morning. Alex G, Negotiator, Big John, as always, we appreciate you, bro. Mr. XRP All In, Peter, and the Negotiator, RC, Kevin Land, and the Real Big Will. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. I really, really do. I am going to, let's see here, let's do this. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this.
Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.
I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.